Welcome to Unlocked with Matt Landa this week, everyone. My name is Stuart Hooper. I produce the podcast for Matt along with my team at Mangofish Studios. We had to reschedule our planned guest for this week as well as an alternate due to uncertainty around Hurricane Ian. Luckily, everyone involved with the show was okay, but we send our best wishes to anyone caught in that storm. We'll be in Fort Myers in a couple of weeks filming industry recovery efforts, which we will undoubtedly share with you. In the meantime, I'd like to share an older episode from Mike Harrington, where he gives you his one key takeaway on surviving Hurricane Florence back in 2018. It's also a blast from a past Vegas VRMA, which many of us will be attending again in a few weeks. Mike's got some great takeaways here, and we'll be back with our regularly scheduled programming next week. This episode is brought to you by Point Central, the leaders in smart home automation, and Breezeway, a property care and operations platform.
Hello to all you vacation rental pioneers out there. My name's Matt Landau, and this is Unlocked, the podcast series that introduces you to the world's leading vacation rental innovators by diving deep into one single key, one specific best practice or technique that opened the door and changed the game. Mike Harrington was the de facto head of VRMA up until a few hours after our conversation. He's also the president of Top Sale Realty, which is based in North Carolina, and it was hit by a pretty nasty hurricane back in September. Almost 75% of Mike's properties had damage, so this became a really pivotal learning experience for him and his team. Mike's big saving grace was trip insurance. And if you're the kind of person who thinks a natural disaster would never happen in your region, this episode is guaranteed to open your eyes. Here's me and Mike.
My name's Matt Landa.
And this is Unlocked.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Mike Harrington, and I am a property manager in North Carolina. So, and also the de facto head of VRMA for another 4 hours.
And where are we sitting right now?
We are in Vegas, man.
And this is the VRMA International
Conference. We've had 100 attendees from 20 different countries, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. 100 attendees from 20 different countries.
That's right.
How many people in total?
Just over 1,800, 500 first-time attendees. That's just as big as a conference just 5 years ago, right? Or 6 years ago. So
is that directly indicative of an industry that's growing?
I think I had everything to do with that, so I'll take full. No, yeah. We're a pretty hot ticket. You know, the industry itself is a hot ticket, right? So. And as people, I had conversations with professors from universities, from research places, from obviously property managers. So pretty cool.
And I think the most successful leaders in this industry have managed properties or have been on the ground and done it, gotten their hands dirty. You also have some deep experience managing properties. Share a little bit about your business.
So I've started about 13 years ago working in the industry. First job was front desk check-ins, man, so you'll learn everything about it doing that, I'll tell you, on a weekend. So I was able to kind of get my feet wet and then acquire my own business about 3 years ago. So now we manage about 300 properties on the coast of North Carolina, and it's roll your sleeves up, get it done kind of work.
And because you are on the ground, because you do have a lot of stake, you put the stake in stakeholders, you also are susceptible to the risks and the threats of this industry. Share real quickly a big learning experience that came to your part of the world not so long ago.
Yeah, so it's always in the back of your mind, but hey, it's never going to happen, right? So hurricanes, we're pretty much crosshairs for hurricanes in the Atlantic. And Hurricane Florence came through beginning of September of this year and just punched us right in the mouth. So we've about, I would say, 75% of our properties had damage, some significant, some obviously not so significant. But it was a big learning lesson for us as far as communication goes, as far as operations, and really just disaster relief.
And there were other places that were hit a lot harder. And there are plenty of other places around the world these past few years that have, historically, that have just been really, really hit hard by these natural disasters. There's an element of your business that gives you a little bit of relief, if you will, and it's trip insurance.
Right.
How long have you been using trip insurance?
Forever. And North Carolina is a little bit unique because we have a law on the books that says, as a property manager, if we offer the guest travel insurance and they decline, then legally we do not have to refund the money. Now, in practice, that's a little difficult to do, right? However, folks know that they know, especially this time of year, what the risks are. So our take rate on travel insurance, luckily during this period was, just over 50%.
What is a take rate?
So how many people actually bought travel insurance, right? So how many people bought it before they came, and what travel insurance does, it covers them in the event of a mandatory evacuation in these instances, and a host of other really good things, right? So, you're not spending a couple $100 when you come to our area for a weekend. You're going to spend $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. That's a big ticket item. And frankly, the cost of the insurance is a really good risk mitigation tool that we really try to get people to take.
And is that just built into your booking process?
It is. It's pretty slick nowadays. I mean, we have to offer them the choice. That's the Department of Insurance rule. So yes, no. It used to be an opt-out. So it was already built in and you had to decline. That's since changed a little bit, but it's still not, or we don't maybe do a big enough educational lessons around it, because still 50% of the people didn't buy it.
And that means to a traveler that they're able to, or the ones who do sign up, means that they are able to recover the money. And as the host, that means that you are off the hook for any cancellations.
Yeah, so I mean, if they have travel insurance, it's beautiful, right? So they submit their claim, we give them the details, money gets paid back, everybody wins. Homeowner keeps their money, the guest gets their money back, and we keep our fees. And in our business, we can't get loss of business income insurance. We could. It might cost me my entire business to try to get it somewhere, but because we don't own the physical assets, right? We own the building, maybe my office, but if that gets destroyed, I don't really care. I can go work in a trailer somewhere. So, but if the property that we manage gets damaged, we have no claim on that from a homeowner insurance policy.
And now a word from our sponsors. Point Central provides smart property solutions for smart vacation property managers. They help streamline operations, protect the property, and enhance the guest experience using keyless access. Why? Because guests are tired after traveling, duh. And being able to go directly to that property with keyless access instead of stopping at a manager's office, this is no longer a luxury. This is a standard practice. Plus, everybody loves avoiding extra trips due to lost keys, not to mention the constant cost of rekeying. Point Central partners stay aware with an activity log of who enters and leaves the property, which helps keep track of cleaning and maintenance crews as well. You can also gain control of your utility bills with their smart thermostats. Schedule set points so guests won't be able to drastically raise or lower the temperatures, for instance. You can ensure the temperature stays consistent when the unit is vacant. Prevent costly maintenance projects caused by water leaks, mold, or HVAC issues with real-time alerts that allow you to be proactive. Visit pointcentral.com/VRMB to learn more. And Breezeway, whose property care and operations platform helps you coordinate, communicate, and verify the detailed work and deliver the best service experience to your guests. With tools for intelligent task scheduling, quality assurance, real-time work coordination, guest messaging, supplies management, owner reporting, and more, oh my! Breezeway helps thousands of short-term rental managers and hospitality operators increase your operational efficiency and eliminate hours of manual work. This allows you to boost your service revenue. It was created by the founding team of Flipkey, which was since acquired by TripAdvisor, and Breezeway is just elevating the experience at every property they touch. Visit breezeway.io/VRMB and get implementation fees waived. That's a $1,000 value right there. Okay, let's get back to the show.
So this is especially important to us compared to, let's say, hotels.
It's gigantic. Hotels don't have that issue because they own the physical asset. So we just make sure that we do as much as we can up front to the guests to educate them. Hey, here's the risk. In fact, if you select no on our website, another pop-up comes and says, are you sure? Yeah. So, and I think after something like this, you'll start seeing a little bit more emphasis put on it, even from the guest side.
And it's also just makes me as the host a little more comfortable if something does happen and I am accused of not refunding money. I said, I presented you 2 opportunities, including a pop-up. to sign up, and you passed.
That doesn't prevent bad reviews on Facebook.
Understood.
Yeah. But
Sounds-
yes, you're right. Exactly. It's like you're giving them the opportunity, right? So this is your decision. And we try to convey that in a much softer tone, obviously, but it's their decision. And don't think, from a guest perspective, a lot of them think they're protected with a credit card. That's not usually the case, right? So in our instances, it's a real estate transaction. We have leases and agreements and contracts, and we've had chargebacks for people that didn't get travel insurance, and we've won every one of them. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, you're now how many months after the storm?
We're about, a solid month and a half.
And looking back at that decision to use this trip insurance, I'm guessing it makes a huge difference.
It's saved us not only from this, but as well as from a everyday product. We also make money selling the product too. So
Talk
that's awesome.
very briefly about that. How does that work?
So we actually have an insurance license, and we sell the insurance product and make a commission on it.
And if you don't have an insurance license, or if you're located somewhere other than North Carolina, is that still a profitable venture?
Everywhere. Yep.
How much can you make off a?
Oh, I can't go into that.
Oh, okay.
But,
portion? Is it a portion of a
It's
booking?
a percentage of the premium that's sold. Yep.
Interesting. So that's another sort of potential revenue stream.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
I'd like to try to summarize what I just learned for myself primarily. And if I'm missing anything, please let me know. Starting from the very beginning, you realized that there was a potential gap in accountability should a guest cancel, whether it was for a natural cause or something that was not natural. And choosing to use a trip insurance backup almost and presenting your guests with that opportunity, in some cases 2 times, not only help them make the right decision and protect their own investment, which is the vacation of a lifetime, big ticket item, but it also protects you in the case that they come complaining afterwards. And as a small business owner, you otherwise would not be able to sustain that kind of threat when a big storm or natural disaster takes place.
That's right. That's our fail-safe right now from an insurance perspective. So.
And what do you tell people to go out and do as their first step if they're not currently using it?
Yeah, I would recommend giving a call to a CSA or a Red Sky or a Travel Guard and see if that's something that you could offer your guests as well.
And anyone can do that. Can be one property or
pretty much.
1,000?
I think there's products out there for anybody, for individual homeowners. Now, so HomeAway VRBO will sell a stripped down product through their platform as well at the time of booking. So check into that. But I would suggest you try to offer your guests something more personalized, like for your area. So definitely look into that. Yeah.
And should this be an industry standard?
Yes. It's a no-brainer. It's not a mandatory thing, right? So, from a guest perspective, and I'm guilty of not buying it, right? Everybody's guilty of it. But, I just lost $1,000 on plane tickets because of the storm. I was supposed to go to Florida, kicking myself, so there you go.
Should have bought travel insurance.
Should have bought travel insurance. I'm going to get my money back somehow, I promise.
Even if it takes Facebook.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for that insight. And I think people will really enjoy that. If you're not using trip insurance, get on it. Do it now before you're sorry.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll be back next week. If you're interested in an ongoing conversation with the best the industry has to offer, please go to vrmb.com/communities.